Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Mack,
And it's your boy, the Carolina Smash, Curtis.
and we back with another episode of Black Heroes. For today's episode, pretty much just gonna be talking about our favorites in anime. It's gonna be 3 of our favorite moments with quick explanations on why, and it will be a top 10 list of our favorite openings in anime. The way we're gonna be doing the openings, we'll explain later. As far as the favorites, we'll tell you the show it's from, give a quick synopsis of what it is, and explain why it's our favorites. And that's pretty much it for today's episode. So let's get that rolling. But before all that, what we really want to give a shout out to is the season finale for My Hero Academia.
Woo!
That junk was hot, pun intended.
I was about to say, man, bro, that Endeavor fight was amazing. Honestly, like, the last season, my favorite villain, Overhaul, did his thing. He has the best theme song. I don't think you can argue me with that one. He has the best theme song.
I don't really know what his theme song is.
Never heard his theme song?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it played during the show, but I was more paying attention to reading subtitles. So, it's a little bit hard. I like to think of myself as multi-talented, but yeah, that's a lot of shit to do.
All right, well, once you finish this, listen to that song and watch. It's gonna be a ringtone right afterwards.
Nah, I highly doubt it. But still, as far as the finale goes, I really do like the fact that they paid big homage to Endeavor. Also, they introduced Hawks. She's already my favorite.
I never thought like having wings would be a cool superpower.
Yo, I never thought being an asshole could be a cool superpower, bro. That man Hawks is just a douchebag through and through.
Bro, the way he just like played Endeavor, but luckily he's Endeavor's like biggest fan though.
Yeah, so it was cool introducing somebody who you saw why he antagonized Endeavor during the Billboard listings, where it was pretty much not like, no, I wasn't trying to talk shit about you. I was just trying to point out the fact that, I'm kind of kicking your ass in popularity, and for you to be number one, you need to be most popular too.
I mean, is he wrong though? Like, he's not wrong.
No, I mean, All Might was most popular and number one. That's why Endeavor was number 2, even though he had better results.
I say, like, both of you ran for president. You're more popular, but I won. Wouldn't you feel type of way?
Yeah, man. So that actually is what happened to Hillary in it. That's sad. But we ain't political here, so.
Yeah, that's enough. Don't mind me of that.
So, then again, though, like how they did that, like how they threw in the family aspect. They threw his wife in there. That's still his wife, right? Yeah.
I mean, like, he still brings her flowers.
Yeah, but I'm saying, they like divorced or
they never said that.
So I'm pretty sure they're still like married some type of way.
Can she see him without her going insane?
No, that was one of the big things. I actually did like the fact that while she was defending him, she still, was like, hey, it's progress, but it ain't the finish line. He can send all the gifts he wants, but he can't step in this room. So, it's kind of like that old Kevin Hart thing. Don't bring your ass past that motherfucking third step. So, it is nice to see how Todoroki's mom, whose name I can't remember, I think it starts with like E. Like Elsa, something like that.
We'll look it up.
Yeah, this is actually a really nice name for what I remember. But, I like that they showed progress on her side as well. And, that next part is going to be pretty Todoroki indulged. Todoroki family is going to be a big part of it.
And we all know what's going to happen. The theory is going to be confirmed.
No, not in next season. But
not next season, but it's going to be confirmed.
Whether or not Dabi's a part of that family, which, he's crazy enough to be. So, bro, yeah.
Blue Eyes, Fire. He, like, that whole scene with him and Todoroki back in season 3. It's going to happen.
He was a troll. But, yeah, so as far as that season finale goes with, the Prominence Burn, Endeavor, he did that. Shout out to his school, even though he hates the motto. Just the way it executed, the animation, everything was just cool. Hawks' ability and how because I think that's underrated. Just how hard that is with all those feathers. Because when you think about like the feathers on a bird and all the feathers on his back, which by the way, the fact that they're red is, for me,
he can control like each feather
like perfectly, and when he was doing the thing where he was like, all right, focus, find every person, listen out for every rustle of clothing, breathing, listen for vibrations for small movements and shivering. I was like, yo, he's literally paying attention to all these through his back.
Why isn't this man number one?
I mean, why isn't this man real? Like, he can be my friend. Because I ain't gonna lie, my favorite moment for Hawk still is when they were in the Billboard meeting, and then he said something to Endeavor, and then zipped his mouth closed. And then when he took over the whole thing, he unzipped his mouth to start talking. I'm like, dude, you didn't actually. Yo, that was such a troll move.
I think I got introduced to him in the movie. Yeah, so I was like, who is this dude? Like, he's cool, but who is he?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that outfit is smashing, bro. It's kind of gay. That outfit is support to the LGBT. I'm just not a part of y'all community, but that outfit was cool. But I was like, who is this nigga? Like,
also another thing too, Endeavor and Todoroki have matching scars now, so that's gonna be a fun thing.
That is funny. It's just Endeavor had to do it Big Daddy style because that junk's going from that junk gonna be going from his lip to his eyes. So better have that face. But so shouts out to that. Big ups to season 5 coming out. I'll probably be back out probably by October.
Well, hey, the good news is now that My Hero is done, I can finally catch up with Black Clover. So
It's called watching multiple shows in the season. Whatever.
It's hard to do.
And also, speaking of October, we got the Demon Slayer movie release. October 19th, 2020, it will be released.
I just saw the trailer this morning, and I'm so hyped.
I don't know. To me, it seemed like the same trailer, but just like a little bit different. I didn't really see all that much extra added. I mean, I may not have been paying attention that well. It was kind of like early in the morning. So,
coming from someone who never even watched a trailer, because I think you just introduced me to the show and we watched it, and that was it.
I mean, I was just kind of introduced to the show. I got introduced to the show, and then I heard it was a pretty decent manga. So I was like, oh, cool. And then they said Ufotable was doing it, so I was like, oh, it's gonna look nice, But I think Ufotable caught everybody off guard with how nice it was going to be. I mean, Ufotable does the Fate series, so I was that's kind of where I had my footnote. It's like, all right, the animation is going to be top notch, but what about the story? And then I was like, all right, the story is pretty cool. I mean, everybody wanted to call Demon Slayer anime of the year last year, but
I mean, wasn't it trending on Twitter? Like, what?
I mean, that episode 19 was beautifully animated, but as far as what had the best story, I personally would have went with either Dr. Stone or Shield Hero. Those just weren't animated as well.
Okay, story-wise, I'll give you Shield Hero because that's the best come-up story.
Yeah, you can't even really call it a come-up story. It's the best rebound story.
Or it gave you the most satisfying anime moment in the history of moments.
Sadly, it's not a part of either of our lists. But, Dr. Stone, I actually just really enjoyed that story for what it was. And the dialogue for Dr. Stone, I won't say God tier, but it's pretty close. I mean, it's funny. It's a funny interaction. The main character is pretty interesting. So, I mean, you just need to stop being lazy and watch the shit.
Oh my God.
And besides, we're in quarantine, so
I will eventually.
So, eventually, you just watch it and it's funny.
Hey, I'm only a couple episodes away from finishing Castlevania, so one step at a time.
Yeah, but as far as that, for what's been going on recently, and what news we got popped up, as far as My Hero season 5 coming soon, Demon Slayer, we finally got that date release. Black Clover is about to start its original story with the training arc, so that'll be cool. A lot of people bitching about the manga right now.
Top anime moments, top 3.
Alright, so we each to quickly explain how this is going to go. Again, we're going to be doing 3 moments each. Each of us will explain what moment it is. We'll also be saying the show. Probably just include quick characters, like what characters are a part of it, and quick synopsis of it, and then explaining why this moment is so important to us. Curtis, you can go first.
Alright, because my moments I'm basing off of how I felt when I first saw the moment. And the first moment I'm going to choose is Pain destroying Konoha back in Naruto Shippuden. Because
that's a savage moment.
During that time, looking back at it now, it might not seem like the biggest deal, but it still might be a big deal.
I mean, at that point in time, though.
Right, at that point in time, let's look at Pain's track record. He killed Jiraiya.
Yeah.
During that time, he technically killed Kakashi.
Well, no. That's after he destroyed the village.
No, I'm saying this is the build up to that, because he killed Kakashi first. and then he went on to.
Yeah, then he used the entire Shinra Tensei.
Yeah, and like just him, like the silhouette, white background behind him, looking like God himself. Well, he is a god, but like
you got God to your eyes,
bruh. Seeing that moment, I was like, this is why he's my favorite character. Well, he's one of my favorite characters in Naruto.
Yeah,
because, like, and he made Orochimaru's invasion like child's play. Like, what did he even do?
He made the Nine Tails invasion with. Look like child's play, to be honest.
Right?
I mean, in a second, in a quick moment, it just was like Shinra Tensei, and then boom, like the village was flattened except for the mountain faces.
And technically, if Naruto would have showed up like a couple of seconds sooner, he would have caught in that and paid him like I guess I won.
Yeah, man, we gotta always pay homage to draws no jutsu, because Sakura came calling, and he was like, I smell pheromones. Let's pop up, you know.
Oh, but it was for that moment. I won't choose only one Naruto moment. It was between that one and Sasuke's debut in Shippuden. And even though I liked his debut, cause he literally bitched out Team 7.
Nah, man, he's really just trying to flex. Like, who is this new nigga y'all got?
Freaking discount me.
I think he was just a little bit slighted by that.
But I had to give it to Pain, because it's one of those moments you can even go back to now of like, bro, like this could have been the end of Naruto Shippuden. People probably been okay with it.
I mean, well, at that point, it was kind of cool for me, because it was like one YouTuber always says, it was the end of Naruto's character development, because you know with that moment, you know, you had the whole village destroyed. Because I won't really say the village was doing decent against the other Pains, even though they had the information about them, but for the most part, they were handling it all right. The Kakashi got smoked. And
I'm about to say when. I feel like they didn't stay.
Well, they took down about, I think, 3 of the bodies, and then they ended up taking them to that guy that revives them.
Wait a minute, didn't one of the Pains that steals your soul? Didn't it killed? What was Tsunade's assistant's name?
Shizune.
Yeah, didn't she? Yeah, didn't.
Yeah,
didn't.
it took her, but like I said, they only had information on, if I'm not mistaken, I think they only had information on 4 of them. So it was 4 Pains they had information on, and then the rest of them were kind of soul-stealing dude they didn't know about, and also the guy that repairs and heals and revives the people. So yeah, for how they was handling that information, I thought it was pretty good till everything got blown up, and that was the perfect moment, like literally just perfectly drawn up for Naruto to just pop up, you know, with the reverse summoning jutsu, and he just, you know, the toads. He had 3 of them with him. By the way, not to mention, Naruto showed off like a motherfucker.
He did.
Because he did not need to show up with 3 times.
Bro, if you're going to flex, you might as well go all out.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Not to mention the opening for that part.
Also, just saying, since this was one of my favorite moments, this is low-key foreshadowing to whenever we do our favorite fights. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah, good point. First moment I wanted to bring up was Jinbei confronting and leaving Big Mom's crew. So, if you don't know, in One Piece, very deep into the story, 800, shut up. 800 episodes into the story, whatever, shut up. It's longevity because it's good.
You watch one episode a day at One Piece. Jesus.
Whatever. That's why it's only 30 minutes. So you can watch more. Well, then fuck y'all. Okay. So, pretty deep into the story, you have it to where Luffy is, you know, finally confronting one of the biggest names in the world, Big Mom, and you know, she, not to spoil the whole plot of the Whole Cake Island, you know, she's taking one of his crew members to kind of using a political move, and Luffy's like, nah, son, you ain't taking my people. So he's going back to get him, and we get reintroduced into Jinbei, one of the best characters ever. That dude's a savage, and I'm so happy he's a Straw Hat. Spoiler. And
but is it really a spoiler though?
Nah, not really. So, you know, you got Jinbei, and he already agreed to join Luffy back in Fishman Island. Only thing was, he had pledged an allegiance to Big Mom for protection of Fishman Island. So he had to get that resolved first. So while they're there, Jinbei runs into Big Mom during this really huge moment, and you know, he's like, hey, Big Mom, I'm leaving your crew. And she's like, oh, well, if you're gonna leave, then I need to take some of your lifespan. So her power lets her steal either you steal those, she either steals your soul or she steals your lifespan. So
I mean, it's a better option than just dying because like, you join a gang.
but normally she says a number that kills anybody. So
that is right.
Yeah, so she cheats. So Jinbei, he's like, okay, fine then, I choose life. Take as much as my life.
40 something.
Jinbei's in his 40s, so he's pretty old already. So even if she took 30 years, it's possible he would have died then. So she goes through and she's like, okay, fine then, I'll take a huge amount of your lifespan that will instantly kill you the second it's over. And Jinbei's like, fine. She tries to do it, it doesn't work. Tries to do it again, it doesn't work.
The fishy balls on this man.
and then we find out why. Apparently the only way to resist Big Mom's power is if you don't have a single speck of fear in your body when she tries to use it. So that meant that Jinbei did not fear Big Mom at all with her like 10 feet in front of him trying to steal his soul. And he was just like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm about to join the crew of the King of the Pirates. Why the fuck would I be scared of an emperor?
Again, the fishy balls on this man. Like, how do you have no fear?
How are you lying and not afraid? Because we know at this moment, Luffy can't do nothing to Big Mom. They just failed at trying to kill this lady. and he means it. That's the craziest part about it.
I mean, think about this. Like, Luffy almost died to Katakuri. How the fuck do you think he's gonna try and beat Big Mom?
He can't beat her son. And he had to pull an ass pull. Well, technically a stomach pull.
Wait, didn't he barely beat Cracker?
Yeah, he had to pull a stomach pull.
Oh, he ate all them biscuits
to get that victory. And
like, I'm talking about ass pull though.
I mean, come on, dude. That's like saying her stomach was gonna slap Brooke unconscious. Like that was an ass pull, kind of. So you know what I'm saying. So for you to already know, and not to mention Jinbei saved him and Luffy and Nami, from being captured. So I mean, you already technically took an L. You saved Luffy from an L, and you still are of the mindset that Luffy one day is going to beat Big Mom and become king of the pirates. Mind blown when that moment happened. I mean, when I first saw that moment, man, you talking about somebody couldn't sit down. I was bouncing around my house. I almost got my ass whooped with my parents, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just excited because that was unbelievable.
Like, seeing that moment, like, that would definitely be some Luffy shit.
That definitely is some One Piece shit. This is what makes One Piece, whatever. We ain't getting into all that. What's your next moment, Curtis?
I was about to say, like, you saw my face just now. Like, wait a minute.
I did that a little bit on purpose, whatever.
All right, but we're going to continue with One Piece because my next favorite moment is when Luffy confronted the three admirals during Marineford. Now, Marineford to me is one of the best and hurtful arcs of One Piece.
It's one of the best. A lot of people still list it as the best shonen arc ever.
But just that moment, cause like at first, when Jinbei like did his little water attack, I was like, "What's going on?" And I saw Luffy just pop out of the freaking water. I was like, and then the music played.
Music, the animation, actually.
I know it was Ace being like, "Luffy." Then the music played.
Yeah, but I mean, cause not to interrupt you, but.
Now go ahead.
The cool thing about that moment altogether was just like you have Luffy, who at this moment is not deserving to be on this stage.
I want to say he got blitzed by Aokiji, not just one of them.
Yeah, he had already tired out at that point. He like completely fell out at that point already, and Ivanko had to give him an extra energy shot that was killing his lifespan. So, like. You talking about a guy who's already tired out. He's been fighting for who knows how long.
I mean, think about it, during that moment, like how long that man was breathing hard. Like
he's ran who knows how many miles because that place is pretty huge. So like you just have all these things happen at one point, and then you still see him make it to this stage of the top 3 strongest men in the Marines.
But one reason why I like the moment so much because it almost like when I watched it again, it almost like Luffy was looking past them.
Oh yeah,
he was only looking at Ace the whole entire time.
Yeah, I mean that's what his goal was. He was like, "Yo, I'm here to save my brother." And when he got there, he was like, and then I mentioned he ignored the admirals completely because they all was like, because Kizaru was like, "Whoa, look at who made it here."
Quite the entrance, son of dragon.
Like, yo, Kizaru is so smooth, bro. I love that dude. He's like an old jazz player. He's so cool. Alkainu, fuck that nigga. You know,
one thing I like about the sub though, who said it? Oh man, because. What was I can't speak Japanese, but it's like Kawaii.
Yeah, that's Kizaru, boy. Cause he was just like, ooh, scary how he's made it this far.
And I think Lucy already earned Whitebeard's respect, but I think he that
solidified it.
Yeah.
I mean, because at that point, you know, he already stood up to Whitebeard. He said he was going to become the king of the pirates in front of Whitebeard, and technically in front of the son of Gold D. Roger. So. You know, you have so many moments like that, and so many things just happened where you kept impressing people. So, I agree with you. That's the top moment. It doesn't beat for me. It doesn't beat Jinbei moment.
I mean, I'm just glad they didn't kill him.
They tried to, though.
They definitely tried.
It's definitely gonna try to.
But they're gonna try again.
I mean, they're still trying. Except for Aokiji. Aokiji's not trying no more. For me, my second moment, I wanted to step out the shonen realm real quick and go into different genre and talk about Goblin Slayer's season finale. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Goblin Slayer is the show that was a seasonal show. Came out right now, probably about like 2 years ago in 2018. Into 2018, going into 2019.
That's a show I definitely need to watch eventually. The only thing I really know about Goblin Slayer is I think I saw a video on YouTube where it said that like all the deaths in the show.
Yeah, well, it really is not even that many deaths. You really just kill goblins all the time.
I mean, it's not that many deaths, but some of the deaths were kind of fucked up.
Some of them at the beginning, episode 1 was kind of let you know this ain't no game, cuz. So, yeah, Goblin Slayer is pretty much the story of this 20-year-old man who had seen a terrible tragedy of his sister being killed, and they really say like the R word on YouTube and stuff. You know, I ain't trying to get us, copyrighted and nothing. Just like,
I'm not too sure because the way YouTube works, like,
man, ripped, we'll say. Ripped by goblins. And, from there, he went through 5 years of harsh training and also 5 years of solo battling these goblins and destroying nests so much that he got the nickname Goblin Slayer. Fun fact, actually, no character aside from him has a name. So he's the only one that actually has the actual moniker to call by. Everybody else, it's just their title. Like priestess.
Okay, for a split second, I was like, wait, none of these characters have names? How do they address each other?
They never address each other.
Oh, really?
They unless it's like a nickname, like one girl is an elf and she just gets called Elf. So you have a lot of people just addressing each other, but they never actually say their names.
Oh, now I know. If I was in that world, I guess, like, hey, black man.
Right? No, they actually have Amazons, which is cool. So they have they have a big diversity of characters, which is nice. They need to introduce them more, but so you just got these guys that are just there. Goblin Slayer, he's the only one that's done something. So the only reason he has a name is because he stands out so much from everybody. So, Goblin Slayer, he's going through and he's fighting goblins, but you can tell he's mentally traumatized because, I mean, who really wants to go through and only thing they think about 24/7 is killing goblins?
I mean...
So, you're dealing with this guy who's pretty much mentally damaged, and he's starting to make a mental recovery through meeting one girl he saves who's a priestess, and then he meets up with 3 other adventurers. One's a dwarf, one's a lizard priest, one's an elf, and they're all, adventuring together. And this is slowly helping him to build back his sanity.
Okay.
So, I read the manga for it. To me, it's one of the best, emotionally damaging preparing stories.
Okay, but what about the finale that you liked so much?
So the thing about the finale was the town where Goblin Slayer lives is about to be attacked by goblins, a huge, large horde of goblins. And the thing about it is he can't handle it because he's destroyed nests before, but he's destroyed them in caves and enclosed spaces. So if you're talking about 100, 200 goblins in an open field, like what's one man supposed to do? And the main problem is he normally does things solo, and he also doesn't have the best reputation in that town since he's done nothing but goblin slaying these past 5 years.
Wait, so he slays goblins and he doesn't have a good reputation?
No,
he'd be like a hero.
People look down on him. They talk about him because one of the things about the world is goblin slaying is entry level stuff. You know, so it's like, oh, this guy's been a cash register for 5 years. He's been a cashier for 5 years. You never tried to move up? Oh, trash. He must not be good at the job. But it turns out he actually is a really good adventurer. He's smart. He's good at battle. He's built. I mean, they showed a picture of him without his armor on. I was like, God damn, nigga, push-ups.
so why doesn't he want to like move up?
His main focus is killing goblins. That's all he's focused about. He wants to erase all goblins. He's like mute Aaron. You know, like, I want to kill all the Titans. It's like, you know, I'll kill all the goblins. He's like super edgy Aaron.
I mean, I can't. Okay, much as I love Attack on Titan, I kind of low key wish Aaron was mute. Some of the time.
Sometimes you do wish it, but you know, so you got this guy who's socially awkward because he doesn't really know how to talk to people, and if somebody does talk to him, the first thing he's going to bring up is goblins. Like, oh, I mean,
that's all he knows.
Yeah, how's this going to help me kill goblins? Oh, it's not. I don't care. So, you know, he doesn't really have the best reputation there. So, you know, he doesn't really know how to, but he tries his best to ask for help from all the adventurers. They're about to turn him down, but, you know, one guy who he interacts with normally steps up and it's like, hey, if you coming to us, we ain't doing favors. We doing requests, bitch. Like, you know, we adventurers. We got to make that money. So, thankfully, the guild pulls through and they repel the goblin attack thanks to Goblin Slayer strategies. And from there, they're starting to learn, like, oh, this guy isn't just some loser adventurer who only does goblin slaying because that's all he's good at. He's actually very skilled and talented. So through this finale, you get to see the change of opinion from, you know, like, oh, you're trash too. Oh, no, you're actually pretty good. No, okay, my bad. I apologize. And so, you know, it's that thing, not to mention he always has on his equipment. But at the end of it, he does take off his helmet and show his face to the people. We don't know what he looked like still. But everybody in the guild sees it and they're all excited. So just seeing that big ground of excitement for somebody that, like, you know, throw like 10, 11 episodes before was just like, yo, fuck this nigga. You know, it was like just really emotional. Just like, man, because it's like, yeah, you finally getting your clout, bro. like you finally getting that credit you earned, cuz. So,
oh my God.
That's why.
Well, hearing all that, you definitely piqued my interest of eventually watching the show. But fortunately, I'm the type of person that I only watch like 1 or 2 shows at a time. I was thinking about it like this. I tried to play The Last of Us, Spider-Man, and God of War almost back to back.
Man, that was video games. Man. We talking about something. You just got to sit down.
Hey man, you can sit down and play video games.
But you got to work at them. But watching a TV show, you just
but like I don't want stuff to bleed into each other.
You just gotta look. You gotta go through and remember like, shit, LT don't do that. Like, so I mean, I do get your point though. Sometimes when you're trying to actually think about these shows and, you know, these shows sits on your mind, you don't want to just overload yourself.
Like, you try watching 5 shows.
I mean, I do that, so.
Damn it.
I do know how you feel, because sometimes I'll forget moments in other shows. When I go back and watch them, I'm like, yeah, that is a good moment. Yeah,
that's why I'm glad I'm rewatching Black Clover, because there's some things I miss and some things I'm glad I miss.
Yeah, like the beauty of Mimosa, apparently.
Still Team Noel.
Yeah, for some reason you becoming a Mimosa stand, but whatever.
Talking about you, I'm Team Noel.
Hey man, I like Mimosa too. But
I'm a sucker for any anime character with white or silver hair.
I'm a sucker for cup sizes. Whatever. Let's move on to your last one.
This moment is like, it hit me more like emotionally, I'll say. The other two is more like epic, like awesome, like grand moments. This one was more somber. It was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood when Ed sees Alphonse's body for the first time since they lost her bodies.
Facts.
Because like the whole time, like, every other episode, they're reminding you like, hey, we had to find our bodies. Like, hey, will we ever find our bodies and stuff? So when Ed finally saw it, I shouldn't say it, saw him.
I mean, you're talking about the bodies. So I don't think it's
okay. And like, I just felt like, first of all, I thought, I thought you need a sandwich, bro. Like, you need skinny.
I was like, yo.
But the fact that he tried to run to him and like the little like black creature, whatever it was, just pulled him back. And like Alphonse was like, I can't come with you right now, and just the hurt on Ed's face because he worked so hard to get to this moment, and he can't do anything. But the one reason why it's my favorite is that when the door closed, and the moment is in there, and Ed just punches the door. He's like, bro, look at me. I'm coming back for you. Just you wait.
Yeah.
And the icing on the cake. And it's one thing I love Full Metal for doing is that they'll bleed the ending into the show a little bit, so you hear the ending a little bit before. So when he punches the door, the music kicks, and I was like, this is one of the GOATs.
Yeah, man, because Fullmetal Alchemist low-key is the GOAT. Everybody always wants to bring out these other shows that have super flaws in them, like Naruto, One Piece. You know me, I'm a One Piece stan, but I can admit the flaws in One Piece.
And we all know how, I love Naruto. We all kind of know how Naruto ended.
Yeah, man. I mean, now everybody wants to throw in My Hero and Black Clover, but I mean, those are just starting. Like, come on, man. Compared to these other shows, those are babies. Demon Slayer, that's practically still in the womb.
That's a sperm.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? That sperm just hit. I should throw it. That thing just tapping on the egg wall. Like, hey, you mind if I come in? Like, so, but Fullmetal Alchemist twice. 2 fully fleshed out stories with great developments on both sides. Even the fact that they went completely opposite directions.
Because Brotherhood has more like comedy in it,
and it's more political,
more serious.
Brotherhood is more political. It's more world building. So, like, the original is more onto the characters because you don't really get added in too many characters except for Archer, which I'm glad he got taken out because nobody liked that android mummified bitch.
And I will say one thing though, Full Metal was the first show that made snapping cool as fuck.
That's true. No. Snapping is always cool if you was into poetry. You know what I'm saying?
True, but I want to snap and then blow something up.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. but yeah, so I feel you on that. And when they punched that door open, I was just like, okay, I thought we was done. Okay, never mind. It's kind of like that was just that reminder of Ed's character.
And this is just one little funny thing. I still enjoy the moment for the emotional value, but like, if you go back and look at it, Ed's finger when he's pointing at Alphonse, that was the finger of doom.
Yeah, that was that black mama finger at that point. Like, let my mama point at me like that. I'm thinking like, damn it, I knew I should have did this thing. Like, so I definitely agree with you on that. That is one of the best moments in Fullmetal. That's probably one of the best moments in anime.
Right. It's like I can go back and watch it like anytime and just enjoy it for that same impact.
Like, I mean, My Hero, sure, they got the emotional moments, and I mean, Aries' moment is still solidified as one of the best, but aside from that, though, I can't think of anything else that counts that, like I'm coming back for you. Like, yeah, that moment is God tier.
But is your last moment better? Or
I won't say the moment's better, but it's been helping me out in some debates, low key.
Okay.
So I have the unpopular opinion, this is before I talk about the moment, that Goku is not actually one of the worst fathers in anime. I mean, I know a lot of people throw that on him, and they talk trash about Goku. Oh, Goku's the most terrible father. Piccolo's Gohan's real father. Da, 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 da.
I mean, low-key facts.
I mean, low-key, Piccolo tried to kill Gohan the first 3 minutes of meeting him. And he abandoned him in the middle of a forest.
Hey, redemption.
And all he did was give him a sword and cover his dick up. Alright? And then he threw him an apple.
He sacrificed himself.
And he threw him an apple, and then he just destroyed the moon. And after that, he was nice to him. But after dying.
But didn't Goku let Gohan die during the Buu Saga?
Didn't Piccolo also let Gohan die during the Buu Saga? Because he was alive.
Oh, was he? I thought he was already dead.
I don't think so.
Wait, no, because like Gohan was unconscious. It was Goku and Vegeta. Goku could have scooped Gohan up.
So did Vegeta let Trunks die?
That's a very good question. Did he let him?
I mean, did he not try to kill his wife?
Okay, that was before.
That was before. Because Goku has never tried to hit you. And technically, Goku never actually hit Chi-Chi, except for that one time when he came Super Saiyan. He didn't know how strong he was.
Hey, in the realms of anime, you could be as abusive as fuck to these girls, and they will still get with you in the end.
Goku never purposely hit Chi-Chi. The only time he actually
fought
did.
Each other. That's how they met.
And he hit her with air pressure.
That's still a hit.
Nah, bro, he hit her with air pressure. He punched like 5 feet away from her, and she was still conscious. I think it took a little second. Whatever, man. We're getting on topic. Look, okay. So my favorite moment that I want to talk about right now is when Goku told Cell that Gohan was going to be his next opponent. And that actually is the moment everybody tries to say, oh, that's how terrible a father Goku is. He put his 11-year-old son in that dangerous situation. Even though technically as an 11-year-old, he was in worse situations where he fought an entire army, got captured by an evil emperor, almost got killed by assassin Bruce Lee. You know, so
it died a good amount of times. I almost got killed by his uncle.
Almost got killed by Piccolo the first time he met him.
Basically, we're saying Gohan has almost died many times.
No, Goku almost died.
Okay, everybody dies. Oh wait, Goku actually did die.
Yeah, like multiple times. So, but the main reason that's one of my favorite moments is because everybody loves the father-son Kamehameha wave. Everybody's like, oh, that was one of the greatest moments ever. Da, 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 da. But nobody wants to point out the fact that afterwards that Goku is right. Everybody jumped on Goku. Oh, you put your son out there. Piccolo yelled at him. He's 11. Like, yeah, he's 11 in Super Saiyan. Like,
I mean, Gohan versus Cell should be on the Mount Rushmore fights.
Yes, and Goku called it. He said, no, I've been fighting Gohan for the past year in Akabata Time Chamber. So, yeah, I kind of know how strong he is. And, yeah, I was kind of tired. So, I mean, I have faith in my son. And not to mention, did Gohan not pull out the formula for that victory? Did he not say, Cell, I know what my father's trying to do. I'm going to get upset, and then I'm going to go King Kong whip your ass, and then we're all going to end up happy. All right?
I mean, he basically did that Sherlock Holmes moment.
Yeah, like he called everything. Yep. And let's see, what happened. 16 died. He turned up. He beat the shit out of Cell. Then he got a little bit ahead of himself. It was trying to hit some Vegeta stuff. Like, oh, nah, I'm going to do this for the homies. And then almost killed the homies. Well, Trunks did die, whatever. Goku had to sacrifice himself. And then, boom, it turned to an amazing moment. But nobody...
that was peak Gohan for me.
Nobody wanted to point out the fact that Goku called that entire thing. So, I mean, just that moment itself where that's the biggest I told you so moment. But Goku was just so moral, he didn't do it. I would have flexed. As soon as Cell would have been starting to get beat up, I would have been Piccolo. Like, what's all that bullshit you was talking? like I want you to know, understand now. Look at me, little motherfucking antenna face. Yeah, my son from these nuts, kicking that ass. Like I said, what were you talking? What was all that bullshit you was talking? Yeah. I know my son.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Since I'm on team Goku is a good father, you kind of just sound like that father that realized her son went to the NBA and tried to come back.
I'm about to use another Kevin Hart reference, boy. Back when his dad was talking about spelling bees, like look at my son spelling the motherfucking money. Yeah, look at my son throw them motherfucking punches. Oh yeah, boy. Like exactly. Like I'm sorry. Nobody ever wanted to throw that fact out there that Goku was right. He called it. Like right now, Jinbei is guessing about Luffy. Goku was right about Gohan. He said, nah, Gohan's gonna whoop that ass. And he will whoop that ass. And not to mention, for the father-son Kamehameha wave, it really was not a father-son Kamehameha wave. That was a Gohan and Gohan's imagination Kamehameha wave. So, I'm just saying, bro, one of my favorite moments.
Well, hey, man, I mean...
The moment itself is already solidified with Gohan, but I just want to throw Goku in there for why he was right.
All right, let the record show. Gohan has a very, very strong imagination.
Yo, he ain't bring SpongeBob into this. So yeah, just that moment itself just encapsulated, Goku's faith in not only his friends but his family, and also that he knows fighting.
Oh man, so we both had some pretty good moments. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think both our moments were solidified as top tier moments in these verses.
And these openings now, though.
Yeah, man. So,
all right, since I went first with the moments, you go first with the openings. I will go ahead and say that our pronunciation might be a little off.
Yeah, man. So for the way we're going to do the openings, kind of like how we did the moments just now, going back and forth, talking about them real quick. Gonna try to do these a little bit faster because it's 10 openings from each of us, so. Try to move it through kind of quickly, but
and what else? What all can you say about these openings? They're great,
right? And we also had a rule where one opening her show.
You hated that rule so much.
Hey, look, man, One Piece is about to dominate this list.
That's what I was thinking. I really thought we was gonna make this list. Okay, if I didn't make that rule, you was gonna put like half Gintama and half One Piece. Maybe a little Black Clover in there.
Look, man. Shut up. All right, well, your prediction magic is strong, but but Naruto and Bleach would have found their way on here some type of way. But yeah, so we each have one opening from one show.
The other thing too is like you can have it if it's in the same franchise, you can still use it with different shows. So
yeah, I thought that was cheating. I thought that was cheating because I couldn't do that.
Two different shows.
Just
One Piece is one giant show.
Yeah, so I mean, just because they skipped with this, they had the time skip and decided, nah, it's still the same thing. It's not the show's fault.
Hey.
But to start my list off, I gotta say my 10th favorite opening in all of anime has to be Kuroko's basketball opening 1. You Can Do It by the group Grand Rodeo, and
I feel like I've seen the opening.
Yeah, the opening is fire. I like the video of it mainly because it really just encapsulated what was in that first series. You know, that first season of things, they introduced the characters. The music of it was great. You know, I'm a big sucker for a good guitar piece. So actually, now I'm thinking about it, most of these songs I got on here are really good guitar pieces. So yeah, just the way it flowed, the way it sounds. I like the band itself. So most definitely because of that. So yeah, one of my favorite openings. And also, we won't really be playing the songs because copyright is scary. So we'll be having, if you're watching the YouTube video version of it, we will be having still shots of each opening.
And we'll put the links to each opening in the description too, so you'll be able to listen to them.
Oh, well, that's 20 links though.
We can do it.
Well, people be wishing they can link with blunts like this. But yeah, so that's pretty much my first opening. You next, Curtis?
Oh man, all right, number 10. This is like, I think the newest, my whole list is like the newest opening. Demon Slayer opening, I guess the only opening really. I'm trying to pronounce it, Dranji by Lisa. And like I still remember the first time I saw the opening. First off, I think Lisa is one of the best Japanese singers.
I can agree with that.
And just the animation. My criteria for making the list was song, the animation, and the content of like
the
story.
video. Yeah. Okay.
And just like seeing Tanjiro, just being a beast with that badass song, one of the best things in the world. And just like I just love Lisa's voice so much. it fits with the overall theme of the show too.
I like her when she does ending songs.
But Demon Slayer, like, show was amazing. One of the first shows to trend on Twitter in a while. So I think it's gonna be one of them shows that even like casual people will watch, or people who are just not into anime will get into. And also with the movie coming out this year, I'm like,
yeah, Demon Slayer gonna be winning for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And in the first W, this opening.
Whatever. I can't really say I like it that much, but no, we ain't gonna be talking about that. So
that joke I made.
Whatever, man. Yeah, somebody thought I didn't like female Japanese artists.
I thought about it. I'm like, dang,
wait till I get to my top 5. You're gonna be taking that back. Actually, funny thing. Actually, in my top 5, there's only one male singer.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So.
Oh, also where you do your number 9, I'm gonna say. You will see Lisa again on my list somewhere down the line.
I think mine's pretty much one and done for the groups. But number 9 is actually not a shonen opening, surprisingly. So I can't remember the name no more though, and I didn't write it down. But it is for, I'm not saying the full title, but Bunny Girl Senpai. It's opening. I legit just loved that opening because the song itself was nice, but for me it was more of the video, because once you watch the entire show you just get to see each character, and the point of Bunny Girl Senpai was always to go past what was first seen. It was like every problem had something bigger on the inside than just what the outside was showing you. So like with that opening, it kind of encapsulated that, because you saw everybody, but once you got deeper into it, like, you know, it was just something more. So I just like that. But throughout the whole point of it, you know, the main character, Sakata, is running through all these problems and fixing all these problems. And he's putting so much energy and effort, which is why he's running throughout the whole thing. So all the effort he's putting in, even the points where he's falling down on his face, tired.
Now, I will say this. Bunny Girl Senpai, the movie, was one of my favorite
Yeah,
movies.
you know,
2019.
you watched the movie and never saw the show.
Hey,
that was a
was
good clutch
pretty-
moment for you though, because I was like, yo, I'm about to go catch this movie by myself, and he was like, no, I'll go with you. I was like, oh, word, cool.
Coming from someone who's seen Joker and freaking Endgame, to say that's still one of my favorite movies of the year.
That movie was something special, man. That whole series, that storyline. If you haven't watched it, go watch Bunny Girl Senpai. The actual title is Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
And I won't spoil anything, but there's one moment in the movie, bro.
That last 3 moments, that last 3 episodes of the show hurts. So yeah, if you can, go watch it. It's one of the best.
Just have your tissues ready.
Yeah, one of the best romance animes ever, like for me, and definitely one of the best ones we've had in the past like 6-7 years. So that's my number 9, and also my thoughts on the show.
All right,
Only you.
now my number 9, and so there's a little bit of story for this one. Number 9, Attack on Titan, Opening 1, Linked Horizon. I can't pronounce the actual title. Hey.
Sorry.
To me, the reason I put this in number 9, this is my top 10 in general, because that's probably one of the most hyped openings that I can think of personally. Now, I'm one of those people who thought Attack on Titan was like overhyped, so I never watched it when it first dropped. When I finally got around to it, boy, was I wrong, because I enjoyed the fuck out of it. And I'm still Attack on Titan stan now. But all thanks to that opening, because like that was one of the openings I definitely didn't skip, because it get me hyped for the show. Like I listened to the opening and then go see Levi do something badass. What more can you want? Like,
I definitely skipped that opening. Plenty of times. I'd say
you don't even watch Attack on Titan.
I would say.
Though.
I mean, no. I watched the first 2 seasons. I haven't gone back to go and finish it out. I mean, cause I already started the manga for Attack on Titan, so I kind of already knew. But then I didn't know that the animation was going to step up that much. So when season 3 came out, and I knew that was going to be a lot of dialogue that I kind of already knew about, I didn't really care too much about seeing it. But until I saw like YouTube videos of like certain scenes, certain fight scenes, and I was like, yo, this animation is fire.
But like now, cause like during the bridge part towards the end, it was like just revving up and getting all hype, and you see all the survey corps getting ready to fight. The very part when they're jumping out of the sky during Attack on the Titans.
But opening 1 definitely doesn't encapsulate that bullshit. So I mean, I don't know. I just didn't like the opening. I wasn't one for the whole. So like some old 1400s Catholic church opening.
Hey man. Wait, didn't it have like some German in there? I never heard of an opening with some German in there.
I don't know, man. I ain't all that cultural.
Oh man, but honestly, I just love Attack on Titan. I wish like the hype didn't die down, because now that we're close to we're at the final season, I think now.
Yeah, actually, I think the next season will be the final season.
Yeah, so like,
which I don't really get. So is the final season supposed to be like a bunch of episodes? Because the manga's not even over.
Yeah.
So
like this is gonna be a crap ton of episodes.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like Bleach's last little hurrah. All right.
And that was my number 9.
All right, so moving on to my number 8, it is 7 Deadly Sins Opening 4. I'm not pronouncing this. I'm not pronouncing this name. It's like 4 different parts to this name.
I tried to get into 7 Deadly Sins. I tried. I probably need to try again.
Hey man, definitely the story is really good, and a lot of people is shitting on the last season for the animation. Apparently they had to switch in studios. That didn't really do that great of a job, but the story itself is still fire. But yeah, man, but this opening, I loved it so much because, I mean, you already have introduced him literally one of the strongest characters in anime, and just how they had that moment they had with him where he throws a gigantic fireball that obliterates everything, which is his character. And just, I don't know, man, like just the song itself is great. The video of it was great. The flow of it and what it showed for what would be in the season, or at least that part of the season they were covering, you know, everything was just really cool about it. So, I mean, I just really enjoyed it for what it was. And like I said, I'm a sucker for a good guitar piece. And that opening guitar thing, boy, is nice. But also, like, one of the little ending parts to the song, you know, where they just kind of switch up the flow of it. Yeah, it's so smooth and so calculated. It's perfect, bro. I just wish they had a name I could pronounce. But that's it for me.
We knew Japanese. All right, my number 8, and I already know, because we talked about this, I think, many times, is the opening that you don't like. So you don't even have to say anything, because I know you don't like it.
Whatever.
Tokyo Ghoul, Opening 1.
Boo.
By TK. Shut up. Shut up.
Sorry.
To me, like, that is just such a beautiful opening from the song with the animation too, because like it starts off black and white, you see Kaneki in the chair, and then once that beat drops and it goes to color, and it's just so beautiful. Just the animation throughout the whole entire opening to me is beautiful. Like the bridge is beautiful. Everything about it is it's just like it's art that you can listen to. It's art that you can listen to.
Not the song. I hate that song. I legit hate that song. I don't hate the opening. I like the video.
And the ending too, when like you see like Kaneki go like full ghoul at the end of it too. I feel like that was a nice touch.
Yes, and that was also the end of that show. So
yeah, because like don't get me wrong, I enjoyed season 2. Not as much as season 1, but I enjoyed season 2. But that new one, I was like, what is that?
That was garbage.
Hey man, if you're gonna be a one-hit wonder, you might as well be this lit.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. I love the video. I can't lie. Video for it's fine. I just like legit hate that song. You know, like that Cardi B thing that was really popular when she was talking about coronavirus.
Yeah.
I could watch that all day, listening to it though. Cause I mean, Cardi was looking nice in that video, but I wasn't trying to listen to what the fuck she was saying.
Well, hey, all right. Even though Mike hates it, I say if you get a chance, if you haven't seen the show, watch season 1 at least. You enjoy it and listen to the opening and see for yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Be the judge.
Yeah, I agree with that. Season 1 is pretty lit.
Because like, bro, I don't care what you say. That opening is fire.
Whatever. So for me, opening 7. It is My Hero Academia's 5th opening, Make My Story by Lenny Cole Fiction.
I'm a fan of the show.
Yeah, whatever, though. That opening was fire. I mean, that arc was pretty mid. It was whatever, because that was the provisional license. Exams, yeah, but I can't shit on a good opening when I hear it. Apparently I can, but for myself, I can't deny what I like.
I'm not a huge fan of that opening, but I can't say it right now. I'll let you know in the future. But it's just I enjoyed the art. Now, granted, one thing I do like is a very subtle moment. Is like is at the beginning. Midori is standing still and everybody's running past him, and you see All Might get a little push. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought, like,
I thought that was
father
nice.
Son moment.
I thought that was nice too. I really did like the way Midori was looking at it, and the way they had him where he started running and he was dodging all the stuff. Like, I thought that was really cool. It was a really smooth video. I love the song. Like I said, I'm gonna keep repeating it. I'm a sucker for a good guitar piece, and when that opening guitar hit, that's
I
just
feel
nice.
like I was trashing the opening. I don't hate the opening. I think there was just 2 other openings I think were a lot better. I think 3 openings I think was a lot better.
I mean, it's
I enjoy all the openings, but I can't really.
I don't enjoy opening 1. Opening 1 is.
I mean, I'm not a fan of opening 1.
That was low tier. But yeah, opening 5. That was that joint. My favorite since number 2.
My number 7 is Sword Art Online Opening 1, Crossing Field by Lisa. Lisa's making a comeback.
Hey man.
Now, and I like this one because you got me into a lot of shows. This is the first show you did not get me into.
That is true. We both got introduced to this show actually by your
I still
homie.
remember one of our friends, he said, like, watch this first episode and you're gonna be hooked. I watched the first episode and I got hooked.
I mean, facts.
He pulled the Goku. He called it. And he was right.
He did. I mean, it's just that nobody else is calling him a terrible anime fan from that.
And I was like, first of all, again, Lisa, one of the best singers.
That is
and
true.
just like the animation was fire. My favorite moment of the opening is like when the bridge is about to start, and like it shows what happens in episode 1, and it's like everything turns red, and Kiriko's like falling down, and then that's the bridge. I'm like,
Yeah, actually, that was actually a really good opening. I actually enjoyed. The main rule with Sword Art Online is like, oh, you can like season 1, but anything past that is trash. But
actually, I heard like jokes like Sword Art Online is the Twilight of anime.
Oh, yeah, that joke is funny.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah, it's not wrong. I mean, Loki Everett didn't have a harem. It was Team Everett or Team Jacob. It wasn't Team Asuna, right. You know what I'm saying? Lisa, Lolly, and Klein.
But I like the end of the opening too, where like Kiriko and Asuna are working together to take down the boss. I said it wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, you said Kiriko. That was funny.
I'm sorry, I told you my first reaction was
we're doing this on the moment, so it's whatever.
But watching them work together, take down the boss, I'm like, bro, that is goals. I don't want a girlfriend that would like fuck someone up with me.
The opening is nice. Lisa is like, for me, I just like her ending songs better, because she does like a couple ending songs that I'll still go back to and listen to now. But yeah, I definitely agree with you.
She's just amazing.
Yeah, it's a great singer.
That's all I gotta say on that. Like, again, like everything we're listening, go out and listen to these songs.
We'll have the links for them too. And also, by the way, we haven't really said it yet, but be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, be sure to list, and rate us on these different radio spots that we'll be on. I don't have the list for all of them, but we'll have it definitely in the YouTube video. So if you're watching it there,
definitely follow us on Twitter.
So Black Heroes 5, don't know where that 5 came from. You did that, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
It was just one of those things.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Just please give us all the support you can since you're already here. But moving on from me, my number 6, Yu Hakusho Opening, the only opening for it actually. That spanned 133 episodes.
Oh my
Spirit
God,
Flower
that is right.
Bomb. Spirit Flower Bomb, baby. In the English version. I mean, I like the Japanese version too. I don't care about the Japanese version. I'm talking about the English version back on Cartoon Network back when I first heard it. And then back when I went back and watched it on Funimation, and I found out Yusuke is even more of a savage, calling people bitches. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Yusuke might have gave me my love for the word bitch, because anytime he would say that jump to King Kai, I said King Kai, Genkai, it was just always fun and funny.
I was a huge fan of Yusuke all the way up till fought with this man on Jump Force.
Man.
Now, fuck him.
Jump Force, he was nerfed. Yeah, Jump Force, he was nerfed. If you're using him, he's
nerfed now.
I mean, you going against him though, man, boy, that's a savage. But that opening was just, well, for one, it was one of the best English converted openings ever. I mean, the lyrics are pretty much the same. The person they chose to sing it did amazing. And she actually sounds pretty much just like the Japanese singer. I don't think it's a Japanese singer. I never actually looked that deep into it, but whoever she is, did perfect. The song itself is nice. Guitar is nice. Like, just the opening itself, the way it flows through, how it's just so signifying of the show. Because if you hear the opening, even if you're hearing the instrumental itself, you already know what you're dealing with. You know it's a Yu Hakusho. Nothing else has this type of sound.
It can compete with openings of today.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I really had to fight where to put this opening on this list. And not to mention, alright, look, I'm hard out here in these anime streets, okay? Alright, normally anime doesn't affect me, it's whatever. I can see really touching moments and I just shrug them off. No, I didn't. So, but when you go back and you watch it, because I don't actually think they finished it back in the Cartoon Network days. So when I went back and watched it through Funimation and I saw the ending and everybody was together, and then, they just ended off with everybody staring into the sky and just the opening playing in the background, and you hear the full song of it, and boy, get the heart to shaking, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even to this day, if I go back and listen to the full song, it'll still get me just like, oh, boy, I love this shit. So, yeah, open the 6. I mean, my number 6. My number 6 opening all time. There you go. Take it away, Curtis.
My opening. It has 6 in it. My number 6 opening is Fairy Tail Opening 16, Strike Back by Back On. This was one of the first, it's one of the first rock style type openings Fairy Tail done, I think. And it was right after the Wizard Games, and that's when they was fighting the dragons.
Yeah, at the end of it.
Spoiler: Lucy dies. Well, one of the Lucys die.
You're gonna confuse a whole lot of people that never watched Fairy Tail.
You might wait. How many Lucys are there?
Yeah, it's just like there are Lucy clones. Is it like Pikachu clones?
I mean, watch the show and find out. I mean, to be fair, if you haven't seen Fairy Tail by now,
Fairy Tail does get a lot of hate.
Now it does.
So, not yet, but that hate turns a lot of people away from it. So,
man, but I was this. That was the first rock style opening they've done. Just the content of just having to battle those dragons, because those dragons were pretty beastly. They technically lost. Either lost or they just they didn't win.
They lost and got that minute back.
A lot of things. I think the best part of the opening for me is when all the Dragon Slayers are just walking all badass.
That was cool. That was cool. I ain't gonna lie.
And another favorite moment is when that bridge starts and Clover has turns around that giant little smirky ass.
Yeah, Clover's actually one. Clover's really cool. I wish I would have used him more. He's a really cool character.
And very cool power too.
Yeah, and he's funny.
As much as I enjoyed opening 15, I enjoyed a lot. And that was actually one of my top choices for Fairy Tail. I had to go with 16 because 16 it's just one thing that it will just get you hyped. It is
that's the group Back On. Actually, I heard a couple songs from Back On because they've done a couple openings for shows, and they also did an opening for a video game I really like. So I agree with you. That song is nice. The video's nice. But for the part of the arc it's portraying, and that's actually the more serious arc too. Serious part of the arc.
Go ahead and go to your number 5.
So my number 5 is from Gintama. To me, second best shonen ever behind One Piece. That's debatable to some people, not me. But opening number 15 by Chico with Honeyworks.
Chico?
Chico
or Chinko?
Chico.
Okay.
Chico. Like the Mexican name.
Hey, Chico.
Yeah, so yeah, name of the opening is escaping me. I for some reason only wrote down Gintama. Don't know why. Guess I have more faith in myself than I needed. But yeah, that opening 15 is just, that was another monster, man. Because Gintama at that point had a pretty good list of openings, but that one, it was also the start of them. They're working with, I think, a new animation studio, because I think they changed studios about 2-3 times, even though technically the show almost got canceled 2-3 times. So they kind of kept having to fight to survive.
Bro, I still don't know how Gintama did get sued during this run.
Yo, funny thing, Gintama,
like parody Star Wars.
They parodied Star Wars. They've parodied anything out there. They parodied Donald Trump.
Who didn't?
After he became president.
Oh,
so like they parodied whatever they wanted to, and I don't really think they asked for permission. So
maybe the people who saw it, like, you know what, that's cool.
Yeah, and the creator himself, he's nothing but a big troll. And I think I heard a thing where all the other creators love him, but he just doesn't care. So Sriracha, you're an asshole that I love dearly for this story. And that opening 15 was just something. It was something that was just so beautiful and enticed into the story, and the way they did all the plays on because one part was filler. That's pretty much how Gintama runs. It's like you'll have full filler arcs that are hilarious, and then you'll have the actual serious arcs that are just soul bending.
I mean, like, I'm not too much into Gintama. One thing I do like respect it for how it can have that perfect blend of comedy and the seriousness, and how it can just jump from this funny to seriousness.
I've always said Gintama is like if Samuel L. Jackson and Dave Chappelle were just fused into a being. The opening was fired, and also was the part of the arc that revealed to me Gentoki's love child with one of the female characters. On the opening though, man, it was just something that's really beautiful, smooth, and it fit the core of that season perfectly. So yeah, it's my number 5.
All right, my number 5, and you might actually like this one. I don't know yet, but my number 5, One Piece Opening 11, Share the World by.
Was that a question whether or not I love this opening? What are you talking about?
Now, for some reason, I'm actually a huge fan of like them like openings, kind of like funky type.
Yeah, that's true.
Style like that, and like. I don't really like it. At the beginning, where like it has like still shots of all the Straw Hats and just doing whatever they normally do. Zoro's always sleep. I think Chopper was fishing or something.
Yeah, Zoro was asleep. Chopper was fishing. No, Usopp was fishing. Luffy was fishing. Usopp was with them. Nami and Robin. This is actually how much I watch this opening. Nami and Robin are shopping. Sanji is carrying this stuff. Brooke's standing off to the side doing whatever, and Frankie was working on something.
Now, like, one thing that I have a hate-love thing with One Piece openings is the length. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Why is the bridge there twice? I don't know, but sometimes I like it.
I mean, One Piece openings run for 2 minutes and 30 seconds because they stopped doing endings around like opening 5.
I thought it was 6.
I think it was 5.
No, but I liked the opening because it kind of was like a perfect blend of the serious and funny. Like during the first bridge, it was goofing off. Luffy, dumbass, fell in the water.
But you gotta
come and save him.
Stop. You know when he was surfing, you was like, Mom,
and then he fell.
Yeah, all right, he was showing off. That's why.
Then like the next bridge, so the seriousness of them on the Impel Down, everything with him and Boa, which I ain't gonna lie, that opening made me really think that could be a thing.
Hey, stop it.
And
you know who his queen is.
And I guess I'm also just a fan of when the protagonist was reaching out for their goal, but it's out of reach when he reached out for Ace. And it's like both of them are
just after he finds out about the news, man. I have to say that with this opening for an opening 11, it was something that's always dear to me because, like, as we all know, One Piece was in America with 4 kids and that terrible adaptation at first.
And we loved it as kids.
Oh man, we loved it as kids. But when you find out about it, you like what actually happens. Like somebody gets shot in the head, episode 4, instead of just knocked out. You're like,
See,
Okay, One Piece with the shits.
Now that I look at it again, I'm like, bruh, younger me was an idiot.
Yo,
Why
man.
would you enjoy this?
Yo, man, whatever. I give it what it is. But yeah, so when I found out that One Piece actually continued past 2004, and I first got back into it, I ain't gonna lie, I just clicked on a random episode. I clicked on the most recent episode. Don't know why I did it, but I was like 14 at the time. So I was like, oh, we'll see what happened. Because I thought I knew everything in the story at that point. I didn't realize they skipped like 2 whole arcs and 4 kids. So, and I first saw that opening, it was actually their 10-year anniversary at that point too.
Yeah.
So, they had the part where it's just like, One Piece, they're shooting, like 10 years anniversary, and they're cheering to it, and then the opening starts, you hear that little music box sound, and then it just goes into the thing, the singing. I was like, oh, this is bopping.
All right.
Okay.
And just saying, any
perfect.
opening that has Ace in it automatically gets 5 stars in that book.
All right, whatever. Anything else you want to say about it?
Besides that, Ace should have been King of the Pirates.
All right, he wasn't even trying to be King of the Pirates, right? But whatever.
He should have been.
Man, moving on.
Team
So, Team Alive.
Man, fuck you. It still hurts.
But I feel bad for doing that one, boy. But
it's cool.
Moving on, for me, favorite opening number 4, which is actually ironic because it's Black Clover opening number 4. Guess who's back? Now, as we all know, Black Clover is that one show that everybody likes to dump on because it's kind of hard to start. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I can admit flaws in the show when it's there.
It's the Bleach of the big 3.
Yeah, it's the reverse Bleach of the big 3. The beginning of it was pretty weak.
But hey, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Black Clover's openings are really good. I can see where all the budget went.
Hey, man, whatever. All right, so when you have opening number 4, because opening number 1, I ain't gonna lie, for me, it's still the hypest one. It's still the hypest one.
I agree.
Because they played it in big moments in the show twice now. And both times, it woke me up
Sucks
completely.
it only lasted 14 episodes, though.
Hey, man, you gotta move forward, man. These things are supposed to be made. So, when I first heard that opening, and I was like, all right, I love opening 1. Opening 2 is gonna be even more fire. And then, wasn't that much fire. Art was kind of whatever, because they had like a whole bunch of colors introduced. The opening 3, for some reason, everybody loves but me. I hate that song.
Now that I listen to it again, I actually kind of like it. I kind of like it better than 2.
I hate that song. No, 2's the worst opening. But 3, I completely hate that song. I love the video.
4 is definitely
And
a
4, I can honestly tell y'all exactly what I was doing when I first heard this opening. It was on a Tuesday. Because Black Clover comes out on Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
So it was on a Tuesday in like July. And I woke up early that morning. Black Clover comes out at 6 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at like 8. No, I didn't wake up to catch the show. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, I was saying, wait, what?
I did not wake up to catch the show. Black Clover, I woke up at like 8 o'clock. First thing I did was cut on my PlayStation. It's like, all right, I want to see this Black Clover opening. It's moving forward into the story. He just got done with one arc that was really cool, especially with the big fight between Yami and Lick. That was fire. So I was like, okay, should be a new opening by this point in time. And then I first heard it with the song and the singing. I was like, this bitch can sing. Then they had the 2 little birds fly off and Austin just holding both swords and the wind blowing. And I was like, yo.
Now I will say, opening 4 for Black Clover is my favorite Black Clover opening. I wanted to put it on the list. It's number 11. I really did.
Hate it, bruh.
But after listening to that one and then Demon Slayer, I just personally like Demon Slayer a bit more.
Whatever, man. But when that whole video thing where all of them are posing, because it was just so.
Actually, my favorite part is actually when Noelle is in the water. I don't know why.
I mean, I was with that part too, because I mean that's the state Asta constantly has her in, but whatever. So yeah, y'all can figure out what I'm talking about that. So I just love that part.
Part of the bridge, like each character is doing something, like Asta with the sword.
Yeah, and then you had the moments where like the moment really felt more just about the squad. Because this is the first. But it was the first thing where you had. It was the first arc where you had the majority of the squad involved, except for Gordon, because that's just mean.
I was
what
gonna
they
realize
do
too, like I feel like my voice just stopped when I try to say y'all these names just now.
Did
It's
you
like,
ever notice like at the end of the opening, Gordon's hat is the one there instead of him? Since they left him.
I saw a comment. It was like, dang, Gordon can't even get an opening.
It was so mean how they left Gordon, but just the way it encapsulated everybody, because I mean everybody was there in that arc.
From that's still I can't. We can't just like ease past that moment. That's like me just having like my glasses in the opening because y'all left me.
I mean, it's just so sad how they did Gordon. But the opening, the song was fire. The video and the animation of it was fire. You had the moments where just the two side characters that get introduced there, Wakano and Kyoto, they are there. Like you're in the underwater temple, you see Beto, they're fighting, and you see how, especially with Magna, and because it actually fit perfectly.
That's one of my favorite fights because like it really was true teamwork.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's the point of Black Clover.
Because I think in the fight, Asta didn't have to even worry about blocking or anything. All you had to worry about was this attacking.
I mean, that's pretty much what the arc was for. Because I mean, everybody likes to say Asta's broken. Asta's overpowered because he has anti-magic.
I mean,
but did he not get smacked by Beto?
Okay, he did.
Yes.
Okay, but still, okay, how about this? He can get beat, but it's very hard to beat him.
No, but that's a whole other topic. Look, all I'm saying is for the opening, it flowed perfectly with the actual arc and everything that was in the arc. So that was nice. Opening is just golden.
But my number 4 is Naruto Shippuden Opening 7. I don't know the name of the song itself. Like, I'm not going to pronounce it.
You've been slipping on these names, sir.
What you mean? I got most of mine right.
I forgot two of them.
But people who sing it, I'm trying to pronounce it. Motohiro Hata. Motohiro Hata.
I ain't about to correct you.
But this was leads into my favorite anime moment with Pain destroying the village, and this is my favorite opening because it starts off with like all the passive Pain on top of Kona. So it's like a little hint of I know it shows Jiraiya, and that hurts because this is when Jiraiya died, and it showed him writing his book. And I was in the field when I first saw that. I'm like, I was still recovering from his death.
And I think the one like what for the next arc, you have Naruto reading the book.
No, that's still in the same.
Is it in the same one?
Yeah, it starts with Jiraiya writing it, and then it cuts to Naruto reading it while he's training.
Got you. Yeah.
And then it goes to the passive Pain, so like a little hint of Nagato's background, and then you just fall. And it's like, oh, shit about to get real.
And then they fighting Jiraiya, and Jiraiya's bouncing around with his hair flowing.
And like one of I could just talk all day about this one, but one of the key moments I like is one at the very end when Naruto is just jumping out of the sky and it lands like Pain's looking like, sup nigga.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that opening was really fire. I really remember that one because I mean, granted I did not mix up a part of it, but whatever.
And it showed the fight that we'll never see with Kona against Sakura, Hinata, Ino. Wish we saw that in the show. But we did.
They never did touch that, did they?
Yeah,
like
that opening
did
is
not show them ladies love, did they?
Exactly. The opening is the closest we got to that fight.
Yeah, Kishimoto made them bitches eye candy.
But it's like this, the vocals. There's like a little more of a somber tone, and for some reason, like somber tones with destruction going on somehow works.
I mean, it's supposed to drop down your like hype, put you more into a somber feeling. So yeah, that makes
what's
sense.
going on? Like, I mean, everyone was dying, so I was like, you don't need hype with everyone dying.
Yeah, it's true, man. But let's keep it moving. So
before I say this though, it was between that one and Opening 20. I mean, granted, the last opening touched me, but it didn't hit me as emotional as Opening 7.
And funny you mentioned that because my number 3 is actually Naruto Opening 20.
Oh shit.
So like I said, all right, you got a name for this one? I didn't write it down again.
I didn't write it down. I didn't choose that one.
So I forgot the name.
All I know is it's a very beautiful opening.
Yeah, that opening was beautiful, and the fact that it expanded for all those last filler episodes.
I enjoyed that filler.
I enjoyed
Shikamaru finally got his.
I enjoyed like 5 of those episodes of that filler. That was a lot to deal with. But yeah, the fact that it started, I was really surprised that they started off with Shikamaru laying down. I figured the last opening for the show would mainly be focused about Naruto.
I mean, I'm kind of glad because like
they
Shikamaru,
gave
out of
light
all
to
the Konoha
everybody.
11, he's like, besides the mains, he got a lot of screen time.
Yeah, and like the fact that they gave shout outs to everybody in their last opening was really cool. Not to mention that song was just beautiful.
Favorite moment though, and I feel like it was the perfect ending for the opening. Seeing Sasuke and Naruto finally high five, finally be brothers.
And my
be
favorite
friends.
part of it is at the end of it, the last episode, they have it to where they have that part, but then it turns off to Naruto giving Boruto the headband. So I was like, yeah, that was pretty dope, guys.
Only Boruto carried on that hype.
Hey man, he tried. No, he didn't. Either way though.
This one is so amazing to me. My Hero Academia, opening 4, Odd Future by Overworld.
Uber.
I keep hearing Overworld.
I thought it was Uber.
I don't know. I be hearing both. But I be hearing Overworld more for some reason.
People are stupid. So let's just go to talk about it.
Oh, either one. I mean, it's tomato at this point. But like that's kind of the main reason why I don't like your opening as much, because this opening is so great.
Yeah, mine's replaced it with better shit.
Because like it starts off with Midoriya getting to go for a nice little run, and it shows like a little bit of his past, you know what I'm saying, little hurt moments. He's thinking about all that shit, getting motivated to run, and then just everybody got a chance to shine in the opening. Everyone got a chance to shine.
Definitely didn't get a chance to shine in the art.
Bakugo. I mean, Bakugo got kidnapped during that arc.
Hey man, that was a serious point, but I ain't gonna lie. When he kidnapped Bakugo, that's when I realized how much I like Bakugo. I was like, yo, where you going with the homie?
But that's to me, there's everything about it. Every scene was just amazing. For when Shigaraki is like kneeling to the TV and off one, nice little. It's not a pet on the head, but like a little.
Yeah, nice little pedophile moment.
Is that really a pedophile?
I have no idea. I just don't like all for one. So
another moment when like they're all jumping in the air and Todoroki's up in the air shooting fire.
That was the best part.
Now,
of, like,
you don't like this moment, but I do when Midoriya hits his Super Saiyan and gets all charged up.
No.
Muscular.
Okay, hold on. So I like the beginning of that moment. Before Deku's feet leaves the ground and he jumps and he just looks like some sad Disney character trying his best.
See, okay, I rewatched it dozens of times so I can see it. No, he looks like a badass
No, he
to
does
do.
not. When he's about to punch,
smashes.
when he's trying to. First of all, that punch worked just as well in the actual show as it did in the opening.
I mean,
it didn't do shit.
Initially didn't do shit. When he hit that over 1,000,000%, though.
And that power of friendship got added in.
But another moment I like is then when All Might did his own Super Saiyan moment. I was like, that was badass.
That followed up nicely.
But that hit a little bit different because I knew what was coming. I didn't keep up with the manga a little bit. So I knew what was coming. I knew, oh wait, this is his final fight.
Yeah, but I mean, that was... I kind of figured it because if it was going to have all for one there, I figured it would be like the perfect point to just get rid of the pillars for both Shigaraki and Midoriya.
And also the icing on top of this grand hero cake is a scene Midoriya come out of the dust.
But All Might
right behind them. I was like,
that was
why
cool.
didn't we see this in the anime? I'm glad we got that in the movie.
I like that opening too. I like that song too. That group also does the opening for The Promised Neverland, which is fire. And
okay, I never seen it. There's one moment that got me really wanting to see it.
Oh yeah, Promised Neverland is that's that jump.
I heard it'll fuck you up
badly. Yeah, that's a serious story, but that's for another time. But yeah, that opening was really
Academia,
solid.
Top Dog. Well, actually, technically not Top Dog because there's still 2 more.
Yeah, so I mean, I like that opening. I just couldn't put it above, couldn't put it above the number 6 because I just like that song better. My second favorite all time, Bleach, opening number 8, Chubura. I can't pronounce the group name, so we're gonna skip that part. But man, this is a filler opening too. But it's actually one of my favorite filler arcs for Bleach, because the story itself was really nice. If I'm remembering correctly, it was with this princess for the Soul Society, which I never got why the Soul Society needed royalty, but
that is actually
because all those people are dead. Like, all these people are dead. Like, what's the point of royalty?
I mean, I guess you king or queen of the dead.
Like, why do you need noble houses? Like, why are niggas important when they're dead?
I mean, don't you want to tell people what to do when you die?
Hey, man. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was like a royal house, and the princess for it was being was trying to be assassinated, So, they ended up running into Ichigo's group, and it turned into this really big political thing. And it had a secondary portrayal in the show that actually was really nice and made a lot of sense with the character. And actually, that side character who they try to have in as a captain was actually powerful enough to be a captain. I was like, yo, this is cool. Okay. This is one of the most successful filler arcs they have.
See, that definitely is going to be an opening I'm going to have to check back out because, like I said, I've forgotten a lot about Bleach.
Hey, man, the way it starts, like I said, as I keep saying throughout this whole video, I'm a sucker for good guitar pieces, and that opening guitar piece for it is cool. Not to mention, they had it starting out at the beach, and they had Rukia in a really nice swimsuit, and they had Orihime in a really nice swimsuit. So yeah, and it was that. Not to mention the part where they switch up the bridge, and they get more into what the arc is about. That was really nice. And then Ichigo had like a really cool, like just standing there moment that turned into him getting into action. And Ichigo low key, like, sure, the story ain't do all that great, but Ichigo is one of the coolest characters.
I still remember I hit you with a question. I was like, what was Ichigo's goal during the show?
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, Ichigo didn't really have a goal. He was just saving whatever part of his harem got kidnapped.
He was a passive protagonist.
Yeah, so whatever part of his harem got kidnapped, he had to go save him. First it was Rukia, then it was Orihime.
Also, shout out to New World Review for giving me that passive protagonist line because it makes sense.
Whatever, man. But yeah, so that's why I like it. And the song itself, especially if you listen to the full version of the song is just nice. It's beautiful. It's nice. The arc that it encapsulates, just a really solid arc. I mean, it ain't like it's 10 out of 10, but it was a really funny arc. Some really good characters introduced, and the opening paid a lot of homage to that. So yeah, that was cool.
What I'm gonna do when we get done here, I'm gonna go listen to it, and then when we do episode 3, first thing I'm gonna say is,
hopefully you can hear it from like me, like singing along with it, and turn it up.
Well, when we do episode 3, first thing I'm gonna say is either this opening is trash or this opening is fire.
If you say it's trash, you know you're gonna be lying. And y'all, and I'll be down to one host.
He has to carry on to My Hero side of things.
Somebody will have to be dead.
All right, well, for my number 2, and this actually is going to surprise you a lot because I actually had to defend my other favorite opening from you countless times. But my number 2 is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood Opening 3, Golden Time Lover by Tsukima Switch. Now, like I told you, I'm a huge sucker for the funky type openings. And it's a funky type opening, so hey, here we are. But one reason I like it though, I love the bridge. I also like the beginning, what it symbolizes. Like you see Ed at the beginning, and like he's holding out his hand for some reason, and he gets pissed off and just hits the flower. And the flower's destroyed. Mm-hmm. And then towards the end, he does the same thing. He crushes the flower, but ends up not being crushed. That kind of symbolizes, he's frustrated that he can't get to the goal, but the goal is still there, it's not destroyed, and he's gonna get there eventually. So I also like going back to the beginning when he's still in that field, and I just like 'cause it's funny. He saw all the homunculi, and he just charges them for reasons, and it gets owned immediately.
So, sorry, I'm pretty sure you were saying words, but all I heard was bullshit.
What? So you don't like opening 3?
Nah, I mean, compared to like 2 and 4, or 5.
Okay, first of all, I do like 5. Fuck 4. Fuck 4.
Yo, I'm sorry. Like 4 is my number 11. But
and you see why it's not on his list. It's not on his list.
Whatever. Either way, all I'm saying is fuck number 1.
But he hates on number 1 a lot, even though there was that one funny moment.
What is garbage? What is so garbage?
No,
they couldn't even play it at the most important moment.
Do not let him fool you. Opening 1, because remember, that's the first opening in the show. Opening 1 is amazing. He doesn't like it, and that's where the joke came from, where he doesn't like female openings.
Nah, you tried to throw that in me because I was talking about Demon Slayer's opening.
But that was the beginning.
Yeah, that was the beginning.
Demon Slayer was a straw that broke the camel's back.
That song was annoying, bro. That song was annoying. It was terrible. I hated that song.
But as much as I do love that opening 3 is still my favorite. It has a funky beat to it. I like the symbolism from the beginning to the end. Like it's just such a great opening. I don't know why you don't like it.
Because 2 and 4 are better. Actually, I never said I didn't like it. I'm just saying it's better than 2 and 4 or 5. No.
Yes.
Especially 5. Like,
okay, that's
to me,
that
5
one,
is the best.
That one is debatable. 4 is ass.
Oh, you stupid, boy! I swear to God.
I don't know why I just don't like it. To me, it's like the reason I don't like opening 4 is because it just sounds like it just belongs on another show. I can see that being more of a Naruto opening.
Whatever, man. That fit perfectly, especially the video. Video was nice too. But
oh my God.
But enough badgering each other. Let's get to the big boys of.
Oh boy, this was the hardest decision I've ever had to make.
Oh, not for me, dog. This is easy for me.
It's easy for you, hard for me.
As soon as we got to this topic, and I was like, oh, that's what we're gonna be doing. I already know what number 1 is. And as you know, I'm a One Piece stan, I'm a Straw Hat member. Luffy is my captain. You know what I'm saying? Yami is a really good captain, but he ain't got shit on Luffy.
I mean, he would trump Luffy in the fight.
I mean, yeah, so he has a blade. All right, Luffy's weak against blades. Luffy would punch the shit out of him. But, and now actually with hockey, Luffy might do good. Whatever. But, yeah, so my favorite opening all time right now, because One Piece is going to continue to go on. So,
another 10 years. We're going to be 30s. We're going to be, that's the 30s. We're going to be in our 30s.
Hey, man, and I'm going to be watching it till I die. So, favorite opening of One Piece, opening 20, Hope by Name something last name, and she's actually the same artist that did opening 14, Fight Together, after Ace died when they did the Sabo story.
Yeah. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you, that opening almost was on this list. It was between 11, 20, and 21.
That opening is nowhere near my list, but I did like the song a lot, and I like the video, especially.
But Hope is really, really good.
Hope is just beautiful.
Especially that one moment where like Sanji and Luffy are together, and I think that's when the part where Sanji beats
every
Luffy.
version of that opening is 4 versions, and one part is with Sanji when they get to that part where the bridge changes, and like she just sounds majestic in that moment when she's singing. And one part is where Luffy is facing off against Sanji. The second part is with Katakuri. And I think from there it just kind of changes from the Katakuri Luffy fight from the different parts of it. But that, like, the song itself is beautiful.
It is.
Just off rip, because the singer is amazing. I mean, she might be better than Lisa. I don't know. I mean, that's a hard debate.
I'd
have to put those things next.
Can't say anything on that because that's really
That's
debatable.
a really good singer. She is amazing, and
she needs to do more openings.
I mean, she's done a bunch actually.
Let me change that. She need to do no more One Piece openings.
Hey man, One Piece, they pick some pretty good people all the time, so I'm good. I'm cool. She does nothing. Besides, I mean, she's actually a fan of the show. They actually stated that most people who've done multiple openings for One Piece are actually fans of the show. So yeah, she's definitely gonna be back. But for now though, man, just how the song was, how beautiful it is, and then the bridge change for what it encapsulates with either really serious moments with Luffy versus Katakuri, or that really emotional moment with Luffy versus Sanji. Well, technically Sanji versus Luffy, where he dominates, because Luffy's not gonna hurt his crew members.
Emotional fights.
That just hurt, bro. It just.
I felt bad. I felt so bad.
Just the feeling in the song, the emotion in the song, because like I said, it's not really like a hype song. It's actually a very somber song. So you're feeling it, but then it picks back up after that.
I think it's like a mixture of somber and hype. Not too much hype, but it's like enough.
But that chorus can get you bouncing, boy.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So
like,
when
not too much hype, but it's just enough, just the right amount of hype.
It was perfectly selected for that moment, and the video of it was perfectly done with what it fit into. Especially with Sanji's family. Oh man, I hate the motherfuckers. So
I like the sister.
Yeah, I like the sister too. But everybody likes the sister. Not to mention the sister kissed Luffy, so can't go through nowhere. Ooh. And also had Nami blushing.
Nami has another challenger.
It had Nami jealous, but so that was always funny to me. And
I mean, Nami shouldn't be mad. She ain't gonna end up with Luffy anyways. We all know Luffy gonna be with Hancock.
Whatever, man. Luffy got his queen. It's whatever. So just that whole opening, everything it just covered. And I ain't gonna lie, I was very sad to see it go, but I still get to watch it and listen to it, so it's whatever, man. But that's my number 1 all time until One Piece has another banger like that to come out. What's yours, Curtis?
Oh man, that was easy for you. It was super hard for me. My number 1, the creme de la creme, is Naruto Opening 5. I cannot pronounce the title of the song, but the people who sung it was Sambo Master, and it was so hard because it was between 2, 4, and 5. 2 because that was the first anime opening I ever listened to, so nostalgia.
Yeah, because opening 1 for Naruto was ass.
I won't say it was ass. It just the other ones were just
better.
Yeah, way better. But the reason I'm going with 5 is because it just captivated my childhood. The best arc in Naruto, the Sasuke retrieval arc, Naruto versus Sasuke. And I do like the fact that they changed up, like as the show was going on, they made like little changes to it. Like it's like how Orochimaru was Orochimaru, and then they changed it when he got his body swapped. Little things like that. Or when, it's one of my favorite moments when Lee was able to walk again.
Yeah, when Lee showed back up in Naruto, I had the boy pop.
Like Lee being healed. Gaara's not being a psychopath anymore. Well, like not much anymore.
Nah, he wasn't being a psychopath at all. He was actually pretty chill.
He was a very, I think he went from like psychopath to more.
He went from like
sociopath. He
went from like a crack high to a heroin high.
Oh man, but then like the ending with like Naruto and Sasuke to turn to each other. Sasuke got the Sharingan, he's starting to fade a little bit, and Naruto goes full on Nine Tails.
Yeah, actually, I thought it was gonna be the way they did Nine Tails cloak. I was surprised that they did it because of the opening. I thought Naruto's skin was actually gonna change. Right. So I still enjoyed it.
And also I like it because the arc, like everyone got to shine. Kiba got to shine. Neji got to shine, which I think his fight with that spider dude still one of the best fights in Naruto. Joji got to shine. Shikamaru got to shine.
And Shoji got to lost weight.
Really?
Lose weight, so that was funny. Yeah.
Oh man.
Man,
like
I don't know.
Kankuro, Tamari, Gaara got to shine. Everyone got to shine here. And then Naruto versus Sasuke. One of the best fights. I'm glad my boy won. Because they awkwardly lost.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, for me personally, I'd have to say Naruto, my favorite opening is actually number 8. But I mean, I'm just a big
you got
Flow
confused
fan.
because like you thought.
I thought it was like a 9 thing, but it was actually the last opening for Naruto. Who cares? And it was that super long filler arc of like 80 episodes.
I actually think we got a pretty good list now. These openings about the list right now are just like kind of this between 20 and 11. More like honorable mentions. I'm not gonna really go into detail about them too much. I'll just name drop them. Like Clover, opening 4, like I said, that's number 11. A sleeper hit, Boruto. I think I said it wrong. Boruto.
Who cares? Nobody watches.
Boruto, opening 7, new opening. But that is a really good ass opening. The only reason why I didn't put it on the list because I have not watched much of Boruto, so I have not watched
practically any.
But it did. But watching that opening really wanted me to give Boruto another chance. I'm hearing that it's getting better and stuff, so I do want to give another chance.
It ain't that it's getting better. It's finally telling the goddamn story.
I mean, that it's getting better. That means it's getting better. But the reason why I like that opening is because it has so many callbacks to old Naruto openings, but it still has its own flavor.
That's true.
Love it. Another one, Naruto opening 4. It was just so goofy, and I got to see Itachi wreck Sasuke. You know, Sasuke's favorite character. Seeing Itachi wreck Sasuke. It did my heart good for a little while.
Plus, it was also Flow. It was also Flow again. That's one of the best groups that's done anime openings.
Flow was the best. I mean, have you seen Shippuden opening 6?
I mean, I don't know about the best. I mean, Aqua Times get them run for their challenge. You know,
you got a point. You got a point. And then the last honorable mention was One Piece 21. I don't know.
Superpowers?
Yeah, I don't know. I just really like it. It's such a fun opening.
Superpowers, guys?
You're talking to someone who loves superheroes, all right?
All right, man. You're talking to somebody that loves Power Rangers, but I still don't care.
I don't know what about. Like, maybe it's because like they're saying like we got superpowers and the way they say it. I just love it.
I don't care. I mean, for me, my list is my list. Fuck honorable mentions. They ain't make it. That's their fault.
Damn.
Should did better. Nah, I'm playing. But I'm kind of playing. I don't have an honorable mention list. Didn't think about it. So yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, top 10. I think we have a pretty good list.
That's actually a pretty good list. I'm kind of sad they're all mostly shonens. Aside from like a couple of them, like Tokyo Ghoul. I don't think Tokyo Ghoul lists as a shonen. Attack on Titan. I mean, it's technically shonen, but it doesn't feel like it.
It does. It really doesn't.
It really doesn't.
It's like the weird stepchild.
Yeah, I mean, I had Bunny Girl Senpai's on there. That's just because it was just a really nice opening. And I mean, it's not like the only shows we watch are shonen, but as far as openings though,
killing it.
Yeah, shonens kill it, but I think it's also because a lot of them have to be hyped. So like some other genres don't always have to be hype.
Yeah. Granted, when we get around doing endings, it won't be just the shonen party.
But it's
I know who my number. There'll be one shonen because it'll be my number one. But there's one that was just kind of a sleeper hit. That's definitely gonna be on my top 10. I kind of wish was an opening. Let me get to it. If this ending was an opening, it would have been on my top 10.
All I know is Lisa gonna make multiple appearances on my ending list. So, pretty much that's some of my favorites in anime with favorite moments and also favorite openings. Any comments you have about your own favorite openings, favorite moments, what you thought about ours, like if you thought something should have made the list, something shouldn't have made the list, or if you just want to talk shit about the show itself. Just want to say thanks for coming around to watch episode 2. Had a lot of fun doing this. It did run a long time too.
It did. All right, before we end things, can you do me a huge favor? Can you hit the fans with a plus ultra?
Everybody be sure to surpass your limits.
And remember, plus ultra.
And like I said before, if you're seeing this on the YouTube, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Definitely will help us get more clout because I think we're doing pretty good. And we got some pretty good receptions, and we take your critiques very much into consideration.
Just starting out, you've been doing really well for just starting out.
Yeah, man, and I think that for what we're pointing out, what shows we're talking about, I think we're giving good points, and I think we're doing our best to kind of stay unbiased. Me for One Piece, hell nah, but
honestly, One Piece, Black
what you want me to do?
Me with Naruto and My Hero.
I mean, as far as you can check out some of the other places the podcast will be listed at, and give it a review and 5 stars on there or whatever their ranking system is. That'll help us out a lot. So, especially if you're enjoying the show. So, to everybody that's out there, just want to say, pass your limits, plus ultra, and
plus ultra. Stay safe.
We will definitely catch you next time.